Well, if we're gonna paint the rest of the body here, to do the doors, to do it right, we're gonna need to take off the lock, possibly the handle, and this weather stripping, this seal right here. This is the main thing I'm concerned about. This, not so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this, if I'm gonna remove this one as well. But to remove this window seal, you have to take off the door panel and roll the window down in order to unclip this. So we have a window motor because it doesn't roll down. So there's plenty of videos and information online, but generally the quickest way, most efficient way to do it is to just drill holes through the door so you can access the rivets that are behind it and just drill those out. So these are the 3 locations. Here's another one, and then the third one, you just open up a little hole down here and out with the old, in with the new. Well, that was a pain. There's like no room to get those bolts and nuts in, so I had to enlarge the holes quite a bit, but even still, that's a fight. But now key is in the on position. If I press down, we go down. If I press up, it did not do that before, so that's good. Okay, so now we can make progress on our window sweep here. So we need to have this all the way down. I've loosened both of these window felt stops, that way the window can kind of bend this way. Undid these 2 10mm. We're gonna have to remove this, so I think the last one is right here, this nut. So let's see what happens. Yep, and I think that one is slotted so you can adjust this for a better seal, so we'll have to do that when we put it back together, but this should come on out now. Yep, just gotta maneuver it, but there we go. Now we have an odd looking door, and these are held in with little clips. Don't know if this is the right way, but how I'm doing it is, you can see where there's 2 metal marks right here, so these are clips, and the tab for it is on the other side. So what I'm doing is I'm finding the mark, I'm going here, sticking my screwdriver in and giving it a little bit of a pry, and we're just prying away from the door like that. You can see the tab. So now the next one's right here. I'm not worried about messing up this lip for the door because the seal's covering it, but again, I want to be careful. There we go. The Camaro's in the garage. It's sideways. Let me show you how I did that, but we are about ready to spray some primer now. So I picked up these, they're like the Go-Jacks, a knockoff brand, but you just put it down, they self lift and you can push the car. It's still fairly difficult to move, it's not like butter, but we got it moved and there's plenty of room. I taped off the front since I'm not messing with that. We're just doing basically what you see here, the roof, sail panel, doors, quarters, and the rear. I masked off the wiring harness, although it doesn't matter. And speaking of, I need to mask off the lock because you see that. I plugged up all the holes on the inside, so we're not going to get overspray in. That's a big deal, as well as the RS ones. And yeah, we're about ready to spray some primer. So here's the game plan. We're going to tackle the roof first. I think that's going to be the hardest one to do. Hardest as in not touching the door while I'm doing it. So I'm going to tackle that first, do that, hopefully get 2 good coats in, and then we'll go to the rest of the car. So I'm going to use this tire here as a little step stool. Let's get it done. Well, we are mostly one color. That's pretty good. However, I'm not done. The door here is done, the roof is done, sail panel, rear bumper. The quarters, however, on both sides have reactions. So if we take a close look here, this is called paint frying or biting. It's where it just wrinkles up and has a chemical reaction with whatever's on your surface here. So I'm not really sure what could have caused this, but just looking at these areas, these are near the areas where the paint was just really bad when I was sanding. So it wouldn't surprise me if something actually did get onto these panels at some point, and that's why it's wrinkling like this. But we're gonna fix this. I'll show you what I do when the time comes. However, what I have to do is wait for it to completely dry. Otherwise, when I sand, it's just gonna gum up and destroy my pad and destroy more area. So on the other side here, and I want to show you, we can clearly see what's happening. So there's hard edges here, and I can feel it with my fingernail. Now I just went over it anyways because I thought this primer was just gonna fill into it and we wouldn't have a problem, and it did. However, I think what was happening is all the solvents was getting trapped under this edge, and that was causing it to wrinkle up and react. You can also get that chemical reaction from just spraying too thick and too heavy with too much solvents, and I think that's kind of what we had going on. It just kind of got in an edge and it reacted poorly. So to fix something like this, you really have no choice but to take it all down. So we have pretty much bare metal all around here. I didn't need to do the top because the top has a smooth edge. Obviously it's not going to be perfectly flat when we spray this, but that's why we're spraying a filler, and we're gonna go block it over later. But this is completely went with 80 grit to 120, and now we stopped at either 220 or 240, something like that. So this is ready to be primed. I just touched it. I gotta wipe it down, clean it again, but right now we're sanding the other side and then we'll hit it with primer again. So I'm back to using this paint cup. I totally just spilled a bunch into that other disposable cup style, so I'm gonna have to order a new one. So we're back to this. My gun is all dirty and it's kind of sticking, so I gotta deal with it. But this first coat, since we did this repair, I'm just gonna go super thin, make sure the paint is adhering good before we layer it on. So far so good. I don't know what it is. When I pull the trigger for the air, it just keeps going. It doesn't return. There's no return anymore. So I'm having to manually move it. I don't know what happened. Here we are at the end. So if you're curious, paint does not stick to plastic if you don't sand it, obviously. So I was able to get the majority out of the old dried up paint that's filled in here out. So I'll be able to clean this up further and be able to reuse that, which is good. But here is the car, how it turned out. Now it's dusty, obviously, but it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the doors. No issues there. The roof looked pretty good. The quarter panel, once I dialed in my gun a little bit, I mean, it's pretty good. It's a little thinner than I would have liked, but I don't see any issues in it under the light, so that's good. And then back here we had a little run. So I'm not sure how that happened. That probably happened when my cap was leaking, but overall looking pretty good. So now the fun part. I gotta put the wheels back on and roll it back out because I do not want to sand this in my garage. That made a huge mess and I only did the quarters, so yeah. So I'm gonna move this car and prepare it to be sanded so we can spray color on it later. But that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.